Boxing truth here. I had to talk a little bit about Vasyl Lomachenko, who is headlining a card this weekend in Maryland on HBO as he will face off against Jason Sosa, a very worthy opponent, dangerous opponent, brings a lot of punching power and physical strength to the table. Coming off momentum, winning a regular world strap, upset wins, holding his own against Nicholas Walters, and now he's going to get his chance to shock the world against Vasyl Lomachenko. But this is not about Lomachenko's next fight. This is about Lomachenko and his quest, his goal to become the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, the pound for pound king. But Lomachenko's Orlando Salido problems, it's what's hindering him, it's what's costing him that position to become the pound for pound king. Lomachenko's claim is just simply not strong enough because of that L he has on his resume. Now, personally, myself, I scored the fight a draw. There was a lot of shit that happened in the fight that could have swung in the favor for Lomachenko had there been a more competent ref, but Lawrence Cole was practically the worst referee you could use in the state of Texas, and he was officiating that fight and somehow missed the numerous low blows that Salido put on Lomachenko. Didn't even have a point deducted, I don't believe. So there was some foul shit in that fight. However, because there was no points deducted, the best you can do for Lomachenko in that fight was a draw, which I scored, or Orlando Salido victory, which the judges scored for Salido. I believe by majority decision. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched the fight. Don't really have much time to do a bunch of research, so I'm just doing this off top of the dome. But Lomachenko's claim is suffering because of this defeat. This L is holding back Lomachenko's quest to become the pound for pound king. His claim is still too weak because he has yet to reverse his L. That's the thing, though. Lomachenko was trying to reverse the L this year. He wanted to fight Salido, was hoping to fight Salido in the first half of this year. However, Salido turned it down. He even turned down the money that he requested, as he was hoping to get another shot, another crack at Francisco Vargas, which is why he went to another direction. However, Vargas was upsetted by Burchak, as Salido's team was looking to get a style that better suited him instead of trying to fight Lomachenko again, even though he got the money that he requested, but still favored the rematch with Francisco Vargas. And now that rematch went down the drain as he was stopped and lost his strap. And now Salido is now just pondering his next move. And Lomachenko, he has a proper fight upcoming this weekend against Jason Sosa. Sosa has the power, the strength, and the confidence, but not necessarily the seasoning or the skills that Lomachenko possesses, which most likely will be the difference in the fight. But if Lomachenko gets past this test this past Saturday against Jason Sosa, which he is heavily favored to do so, he should do his best to try to take care of these Orlando Salido problems off his resume. And getting a win over Salido, reversing that L, will do wonders for his career. It will give him a stronger claim to the throne as he continues his journey and perhaps picking up more straps and getting in more significant fights. It's not a knock on Lomachenko that he has a loss. It's really not a knock at all. It was his second pro fight, and he was fighting a seasoned veteran who is somewhat of a dirty fighter and got away with it that night. Still held his own and almost knocked Salido out. It's not a shame that Lomachenko lost to Salido in his second pro fight. All the great ones have an L. But some of the great ones reversed those L's before they ended their careers. I mean, Lennox Lewis, he vindicated both of his L's, got vindication. Manny Pacquiao did it twice against Morales, and Timothy Bradley reversed a couple of his L's in his career. And for Lomachenko, it's not totally necessary for Loma to get rid of these Orlando Salido problems, which is kind of costing him when it comes to consideration for the pound-for-pound throne. But it should be a top priority before he leaves the 130-pound weight division, which should be either after this fight or his next fight. And then he'll campaign at lightweight towards the end of 2017. But there's really nothing much to accomplish for Lomachenko at 130. I mean, he's not really getting the fights that he really needs. The Corrales fight didn't happen. It would have been a test, but it's not necessarily a fight that the boxing world is craving for. Miguel Burchak is fighting Mura next, so he's off the table. Sosa is pretty much the most worthy opponent available for Lomachenko, and he's taking him on this weekend. So if Lomachenko takes care of business this Saturday, really the only fight out there for him that's really worth it for him to stay there, and it's worth to take, is the Orlando Salido rematch at 130, since that's the fight that, in my opinion, he really needs in order to really get more consideration for the pound-for-pound throne. Because right now, that L is holding him back, and other guys ahead of him, like Golovkin, Kovalev, Ward, they still have stronger claims. So if Loma can reverse that L and do it in such great fashion, like he stops Salido or beats the crap out of him, totally schools him in a rematch, and then it'll just make it easier for Lomachenko to continue his quest and his goal to become number one pound for pound. However, if he doesn't get the rematch with Salido, it will take a little longer. It still won't totally squash his goal, his dreams to become number one, but it's going to take a little longer. He's going to have to pick up straps. He's going to have to fight more names. He's going to have to be in all these significant fights. He's going to have to do a lot more than what is necessary if he was to face Salido in the rematch next after Sosa, reverse that L, get rid of those problems, and then he'll be in a better position on the pound-for-pound list. He could move on with his career, no longer has to worry about Salido or people bringing that fight up. He just needs he needs the rematch for his last fight at 130, which should be after this fight against Jason Sosa. But if he doesn't get it, doesn't totally hinder his goal to become number one, but it's just going to take a little longer. He's going to have to fight the Flanagans. He's going to have to fight the Mikey Garcias. He's going to have to fight the Linares. He's going to have to put in a lot of work in order to really get the strongest claim over guys like Golovkin, Kovalev, and Andre Ward. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Should Lomachenko wait for the rematch? Should the Salido rematch be the last fight for him at 130? And is it really something he should do before moving up to 135? And that is getting rid of these Orlando Salido problems on his resume. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.